We have a little herb called Vietnamese coriander with the pointed little long leaves. And it's a herb. It tastes a little bitter and sharp, but not like chili pepper sharp, okay? It's quite pleasant. I used to like them and eat them before, but I don't eat them anymore now. I don't want it anymore. I don't mean to forbid you anything. I'm just telling you the story. So in Vietnam, we have a folklore story, a kind of fairy tale, but it's not very fairy, like about a herb we call Vietnamese coriander. We call it rau ram in Vietnamese language. It is supposed to be born out of the blood and the pain and the agonized spirit of a woman who was righteous in her way, yeah. She had a husband who was the traitor at that time to our country and selling our secrets and our things to the enemy. But later on, he had no success anyway. And so they both, the husband and this wife, had a son. And because he forced him so much, he punished him so much that he jumped into a river and died. And after the mother went around trying to look for him and knew that he died, in such a situation, she could not bear it because her husband also treated her badly. And she didn't like the way the husband acted as a traitor to our country. And losing her son in such a painful way, she cut herself on the wrist and died. She died in agony and attachment to the sentiment she had for her son. So her blood was spilling on the ground. And from the spilled blood sprung out this vegetable, this herb, it's called rau ram, Vietnamese coriander. They said because her name was Thi Ram, R and R-M, yeah? And her boy, her son who drowned in the river, his name is Cải. Cải means vegetable. And we have a folk verse saying, gió đưa cây cải về trời, rau răm ở lại, chịu đời đắng cay. Meaning the wind carried the vegetable, meaning the name of her son, Cải, yeah, to go to heaven. The wind carried the vegetable up to heaven. And only the Vietnamese coriander herb stayed behind, feeling the bitter and sharp life. That is to honor the mother and son. The blood and the agonizing spirit that spilled onto the ground created this kind of herb called rau ram, yeah? Meaning Vietnamese coriander, for example, like that. And that herb has karma, because this lower spirit and the agonizing sentiment when she cut herself on the wrist and died created that kind of herb. It is a folklore story, but it also explains or showcases some of the vegetables or herbs in the similar situation that they were created out of humans' agonizing sentiment or sometimes a happy sentiment also. Just like in many folklore, they tell one of the love stories about Lương Sơn Bá, Chúc Anh Đài. When Lương Sơn Bá died, Chúc Anh Đài wanted to die with him also. So she came to his tomb and cried and whined and wanted to die with him. And then she also died there. Then both of them became two butterflies. Yeah. Very much happily flying together. It is a true story, more or less modified. Anyway, many things like this happened in our world. And from those sprang out different species, or different trees, different herbs, or even rocks. Some spirits are trapped in trees and still not liberated. So if we cut that tree, they feel much sorrow and pain.